Welcome to week 9 of my trading journals. Huge thank you to my 2 viewers in my last video. That's really cool to see. Look, let's get started. It's February 26th. When I first opened the chart, it looked like the price was in a range. I was really tempted to try to trade the range instead of my strategy, but I decided against it. Soon after, I entered for my first trade of the day. I went short with a bracket order with a 15-point take profit and 10-point stop loss. I missed the entry signal, but price returned to the level where the signal was. I increased the stop loss and take profit to account for the late entry. After going short, price basically went straight to my stop loss and closed out the trade. If I had entered when I was supposed to, the trade would have been stopped out anyway, so I guess it just stings a little bit because of the increased stop loss for a 12.25 point loss. For my second trade, I missed my entry signal again. The price moved to where it would have been for the entry. I entered long with my bracket order. I wasn't super confident because the take profit was above the high of the day, and I wasn't sure that price would make new highs. Price continued my direction and got within one tick of my take profit, then reversed into my stop loss. What a slap in the face. After the second trade closed, I was done for the day. I had hit my 20-point maximum day loss. Though I didn't enter when I was supposed to, the hindsight shows that the trades would have hit their stop loss anyway, so it seems like it was just a losing day for my strategy. February 27th. When I opened the charts, the day seemed kind of rangy, but pretty soon my first entry signal presented itself. I went short with my usual bracket order. Unfortunately, as soon as I entered, price went back up and hit my stop loss. I was slightly disappointed, but I couldn't be mad. I followed the strategy perfectly. I was down 10 points on the day so far. For my second trade, I was able to enter right on time according to my strategy. I entered short with my bracket order. Just like with the first trade, the price went against me almost immediately and hit my stop loss for 10.25 points. After the second trade closed, I was done for the day. I had hit my maximum daily loss. February 28th. I saw my entry signal for the first trade of the day. I entered long with my bracket order. Price continued my way and hit my take profit within a minute. I was pleased with a straightforward trade after a few of my recent losses. I was up 15 points on the day after this trade closed. For my second trade, I went long again with my bracket order. As the trade developed, I missed hitting my take profit by 2 ticks. Then it pulled back and hit my stop loss for a 10-point loss. I was in the trade for 40 minutes. I should also say I was really tempted to close the trade at break even after it missed my take profit by 2 ticks, then pulled back to my entry price. But I knew I needed to keep to the strategy. After my second trade closed, I was up 5 points on the day. For trade number 3, I missed my entry signal to go short. Luckily, if I had entered when I was supposed to, I would have been stopped out. Price had pulled back a bit, and that's where I entered. So I got a slightly better price for my entry to go short. I entered with my usual bracket order. After entering, the price quickly hit my take profit for 15 points. At this point, I was up 20 points on the day. For the fourth trade, I went short with my bracket order. I had missed a previous entry signal that would have hit my take profit. As soon as I entered this trade though, price went against me and stopped me out. As per my strategy, I'm ending trading for the day at 2 wins and 2 losses. I feel okay about my performance today, but I missed 2 entry signals, and all of the entry signals that I missed and took basically canceled each other out, so I would have had the same outcome anyway. February 29th. Right after I logged in, an entry signal for my strategy appeared. For my first trade, I went short with my bracket order. Unfortunately, price soon reversed after I entered, and I got stopped out for 10 points. Trade number 2 went great. I went short again with my bracket order on my entry signal. The trade hit my take profit within a few seconds. I would say I was a bit lucky with this trade because as soon as price hit my take profit, the trade reversed and would have hit my stop loss if it wasn't closed already. For the third trade, I went short with my bracket order. I wasn't too confident as I pretty much entered at the previous low. I expected price to bounce back up. Price did bounce back up, but it missed my stop loss by a few points. It eventually went my way and hit my take profit for 15 points. After this trade closed, I was up 20 points for the day. Trade number 4 was a bad trade. I had missed the entry signal, and if I had entered like I was supposed to, it would have hit my take profit. I decided to go short anyway, even though I was late. It seemed like there was a lot of downwards momentum. It looks like I was too late as price had gone against my late entry and hit my stop loss. I was a little disappointed in myself. I missed the entry signal, then I got too excited and didn't follow my strategy. I'm done trading for the day as I'm at 2 wins and 2 losses. March 1st. For trade number 1, I entered long with my bracket order. I wasn't sure what was going to happen. It seemed I entered at the top of the previous peak and my take profit was above the high of the day. But there were higher highs and lower highs so far in the day. I entered because my strategy said to enter. After a little bit of back and forth, price hit my take profit for 15 points. My second trade of the day was another long. I entered according to my strategy with my bracket order again. Again, I wasn't feeling super confident because I entered very close to the high of the day. This time the trade went against me and hit my stop loss. For trade number 3, I entered long once again. I was late catching the entry signal, but I figured I was entering at a better price. As it was for the previous 2 trades, it was near the high of the day. But I knew I needed to keep to the strategy even when I'm not confident. Price moved down and stopped me out for 10 points. For my 4th trade, I entered long. It was the high of the day. Pretty much, I had the same feeling for this trade as I did for the previous 3 trades. Luckily for me, it was a slow grind to the take profit, which closed for 15 points. After this trade closed, it was time for me to end for the day. So here are the stats for week 9, February 26th to March 1st. I had 6 wins and 10 losses. The average win was 15 points, and the average loss was about 10.5 points. At the end of the week, I had a total loss of 13 3/4 points. So I suppose it wasn't an awful week, at least not as bad as last week was. I would say I followed my strategy. I just had a few missed entries, or I was late on a few. Only one of my trades was emotionally motivated. Next week, I'll be following another strategy that addresses some of the shortcomings of my current one. And it even has better returns, at least that's what it's showing in backtesting. I suppose I should make a video about my old strategy and my new strategy. I bet there would be a few people interested in that. I'm excited for week 10 coming up and to see how my new strategy will perform in practice. I'm pretty confident in my new strategy. The risk to reward is much better, the win rate is better, and overtrading is mitigated. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.